The whispers faded, leaving only silence. Claire turned back to see the house, now still and lifeless, a mere ruin against the brightening sky. She felt a strange sense of loss, as if she had left behind not just a house, but a part of her soul. But she knew that the spirits trapped within could finally be at peace. In a small, forgotten town nestled between dense woods and foggy mountains, there stood an old, dilapidated house that the townsfolk had long since abandoned. It was said to be the home of a reclusive family who vanished one stormy night, leaving only echoes of terror in their wake. The house was a skeleton of its former self, with peeling paint and shattered windows that stared blankly like empty eyes. One gloomy autumn evening, a young woman named Claire, curious and brave, decided to explore the house as part of a dare. Her friends warned her, but the allure of the unknown pulled her in. Armed with a flashlight and a shaky breath, Claire stepped over the creaking threshold. The air inside was thick with dust, and silence engulfed her like a shroud. As she moved cautiously through the dimly lit rooms, she could hardly shake the feeling that she was being watched. Strange shadows danced in the corners of her vision, but each time she turned, there was nothing but decay. In one particularly dark room, she discovered an old cot with a child's toy, a wooden doll with cracked porcelain skin and hauntingly wide eyes. As she picked it up, a cold gust swept through the room, snuffing out her flashlight's beam and plunging her into darkness. Panic surged through her as she fumbled for the light, but when it flickered back to life, she felt an icy breath on her neck. "Leave," a voice whispered, soft yet piercing, echoing in the stillness. Claire spun around, but the room was empty. Her heart raced, but the curiosity pushed her forward. Determined to uncover the truth, she moved deeper into the house. With every step, the air grew heavier. The whispers intensified, a cacophony of voices rising and falling like a mournful song. She strained to listen, but the words were indecipherable, filled with sorrow and rage. Suddenly the walls began to tremble, and a series of loud thuds resonated from within. A shiver ran down her spine, yet she pressed on, yearning to confront whatever was lurking in the shadows. Claire reached what appeared to be a child's nursery. The walls were covered in faded drawings depicting a blissful family. Yet, beneath those innocent images were dark smudges, as if something had tried to claw its way out. On the floor lay an old journal, its pages yellowed and brittle. As she flipped it open, the entries told a chilling tale of a father's descent into madness, of a mother's cries silenced, and of children who never left their rooms during the night. As she read, the whispers grew louder, forming a chorus of grief and anger. The room began to shake violently, and Claire felt a presence looming behind her. She dared not look, knowing that some things were better left unseen. Suddenly, the journal ripped from her hands, flying across the room as if thrown by an unseen force. "Leave! You shouldn't be here!" the voice cried out again, this time more frantic. The shadows converged around her, becoming a swirling mass of darkness. Claire's heart raced as she realized the source of the whispers. The spirits trapped within the walls, victims of a tormented past. With a surge of adrenaline, she bolted for the exit, the darkness clawing at her heels. The house seemed alive, shifting to thwart her escape. Doors slammed shut and windows rattled violently, as if the house itself was trying to keep her inside. Desperate, Claire remembered the doll. Clutching it tightly, she turned to face the darkness. "I mean no harm! I want to help you!" she yelled, her voice trembling. The whispers paused, the shadows freezing in place. "Tell me what you need!" A silence enveloped her, and suddenly all the voices spoke at once, their cries echoing off the walls. "Free us! Break the curse!" With sheer determination, Claire ran to the drawings on the wall, tracing her fingers over the smudges. Realizing they resembled fingers clawing at the boards, she rushed to the corner of the room, searching for a loose board. She pried it open, revealing a hidden space filled with forgotten toys. In the back, she found a small rusted key. "Take it!" the voices urged. Knowing she had to act quickly, Claire took the key and dashed through the house, narrowly avoiding the darkness that clawed at her. She reached the front door, heart pounding, and fumbled until she found the lock. As she plunged the key into the lock and turned it, the whispers crescendoed into a wail of despair and rage. The door burst open and sunlight poured in, dispelling the shadows like mist. Claire stumbled out, gasping for air as the house convulsed behind her. The whispers faded, leaving only silence. She turned back to see the house, now still.